Portland will be the epicenter when it comes to law enforcement later this week. The Maine Sheriffs Association will hold its annual conference and awards banquet Wednesday and Thursday at the Holiday Inn by the Bay.
Yeah, sheriffs from all over New England, including Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont will be on hand. Joining us this morning to talk about the big event is Cumberland County Sheriff Kevin Joyce. And Sheriff, first of all, about how many law enforcement officials will be attending and what's going to be happening during this two-day event?
So we'll have probably 150 law enforcement officers. You know, a lot of deputies and sheriffs from Maine, but we're also inviting in for the first time New England sheriffs from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont. And on Wednesday, we'll get together and talk about some of the common issues and problems we're facing and how certain agencies are handling it. And we have a lot in common throughout New England, and it's a good time to get together.
How important was that to kind of expand this and have more states come in?
So last year was our first year that I call it the New England Sheriff Summit. We met in New Hampshire, and it was good because we all have some similar problems, and it's good to listen to how people are actually solving these problems. You know, we have border sheriffs that are on the Canadian border and finding out what exactly is going on the border. Mental health, substance use disorder, they're all common throughout the states.
If you had, I know there's so many issues out there, but if there was one thing that you think you need to focus on the most important thing, what would it be and why?
Well, it's hard to say. Mental illness and substance use, and sometimes they go hand in hand, so oftentimes. So really working on that. We're all plagued by substance use and mental health, and trying to figure out what is that key component that we might be able to do to make things better. I mean, the reality is we're spending a lot of time on scene with mental health issues and not being able to do some of the other law enforcement related stuff that people expect us to do as well.
So is it mainly conversations that will be happening? Will there be any training involved? What can we kind of expect with that?
So on Wednesday, it's a meeting between the sheriffs. On Thursday, we do have training. I've got a national speaker, a former highway patrol from California. He's a risk manager and an attorney. He's going to come in and talk about risk management. We're always dealing with risk management, and you can never get enough of that. Also, the president of the National Sheriffs Association is coming in from Idaho, and he's going to be at our conference, but also doing a presentation on the southern border, substance use, drugs coming over, cartels. You know, he's got a great presentation on the cartels and how they are really controlling both sides of the southern border.
Do you see cartel activity even in Maine?
We see the remnants of it.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the pipeline when it comes to drugs, fentanyl, et cetera. And he's got a good presentation on how they're making it on the other side of the border. And it's scary because, you know, it's like a science fair project. You know, people are just putting together chemicals and really potent chemicals, and they really don't care about cleanliness and how the drug is made up. So it's a scary presentation, quite frankly.
How long have you been involved with this event? And, you know, do you feel like each year there's sort of a different big takeaway?
So with the exception of COVID and a couple of years after that, the Maine Sheriffs have a conference, and it's a good way to get together. You know, we culminate it at the end with an awards ceremony to recognize all the great things that our employees are doing. So we try to do it annually. And we always try to bring in some other trainer, well-known trainer that's really going to be impactful to anybody that shows up and attends.
Yeah. Let's talk about, besides, you know, the awards coming up in just a minute, but the economic impact for Portland. I mean, this is a quiet time of the year, February,
yes.
And you get so many people coming from out of town, so they're going to be eating at some of the restaurants and staying at some of the hotel rooms.
It's always good to showcase, you know, our area, and it is going to help out a lot of the restaurants and you know, the hotels, et cetera. And it's a good time to showcase. You know, wish the weather would be a little bit better, but, you know, it's Maine, and we'll take whatever we get because we can't change it.
Yeah.
That's right. So Thursday night will be the awards banquet. These law enforcement members serve the people. It's their job. But how special is it to honor these deputies and others who wear the badge?
Every day there are great things being done by people that, you know, we don't do enough to actually promote it. And this is a good time to do it. And thankful I'm here today to talk about some of those awards because the guys and gals that work for us are going out every day doing unbelievable things. And it doesn't make the news because we expect it. But they do unbelievable things. And on Thursday, we'll make sure that they get awarded for that.
Yeah, we have about a minute left. Let's talk about maybe not mention names, but again, some of the incidences that some of the law enforcement officials go through.
So we have some people getting an award because they showed up at a call. It was a disturbance. Before they got there, it turned into a fire. And when they were trying to evacuate people, one of the individuals involved in the disturbance had circled behind the deputies and started shooting at them. One of the deputies was shot. They were able to, without any other issues, arrest the guy. And we have another deputy that crawled on his belly across thin ice to rescue a young woman whose husband had fallen in the water as well. He was able to save the young woman, but the husband had drowned. We have another deputy that was responding in the middle of the night to a fire, and he got to the fire before the fire department got there. So he and passerbys went into the house and got people out of the house before the fire department could arrive. We have another one that put out a fire in a car and then jumped in the car and tried to extricate the individuals in the crash. So a lot of great things that people are doing. And again, you know, it becomes just the everyday event for most of our deputy sheriffs.
Every day they put on the uniform, they don't know what's going to come their way that day.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's the beauty behind the job, is you never know.
Yeah, we appreciate the service from all the deputies and everybody that wears the badge out there.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
let us know how all the conversations go
Very
over the
good.
next couple days.
Appreciate it. Thank you.